Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Calvin Tobin Show. I am your host, Calvin Tobin. Today we have a lot to talk about, so let's get right into it. Alright, in college football, the course of college football history has been changed forever by two teams, and that is the Texas Longhorns and the Oklahoma Sooners. And how is that so? Well, they decided to leave the Big 12 and wanted to join the SEC. They ended up getting invitations from the SEC and are now going to join the SEC come 2025. And because of that, now three conferences, the Pac-12, the Big Ten, and the ACC are now going to officially announce their alliance this upcoming week. And Oklahoma and Texas have changed college football history and the Power 5 forever because of what they try to do, leaving the Big 12 and go to SEC. Now, with these three conferences forming an alliance, how is the schedule going to go about? Are they going to play the same teams? Are they going to have a total switch up on playing all across each conference? How is it going to go down? And with this happening, if they end up really mixing it up with the schedules, we could see new rivals. For example, we could see Michigan versus Oregon. We could see Ohio State versus Clemson. We could see USC versus Miami. We could see so many potential new rivalries in the future of college football. Now, like I said before, it is the SEC versus everybody else. It is going to be completely official when those three conferences announce their alliance. Because the SEC, tell me what year that the SEC has not dominated all of college football between Alabama, LSU, Florida, and Georgia, and sometimes Auburn. Tell me what year that those five teams did not dominate football and the conference itself throughout history, because the SEC is about to be completely unfair to everybody else since they're getting new historical known to win organizations in the Longhorns and the Sooners. And with this happening, they just made college football 10 times more interesting and exciting, and I can't wait to get started on watching how this unfolds. Now, let's talk some basketball, or should I say baseball, because out of any celebrity / athlete, I've never seen an athlete love to represent Milwaukee or any other city like the Greek freak Giannis Antetokounmpo does. And now he has taken after some other veteran stars and taken ownership in a new team, the Milwaukee Brewers. Now, can Giannis make the Brewers better? Who knows? Because since the Greek freak has now taken ownership in the Brewers, here's some other athletes he's followed in footsteps in. Kevin Durant with Philadelphia Union, Dwayne Wade with the Utah Jazz, Patrick Mahomes with the Kansas City Royals, and a lot more other teams. Now, is it possible that Giannis could take even more ownership as time goes on? Could he actually have say in that organization on how they play? Who knows? Because this just got a whole lot more interesting on how ownership is being taken all across sports. And we all know who got this started, and that is the King, LeBron James. Because if you're an athlete or celebrity, I would definitely follow in King James' footsteps if you really want to get into the money department. And so far, that has worked out phenomenally. Now, let's talk some actual basketball. Legendary power forward Kevin Garnett is officially getting his Celtics number jersey retired on March 13th, 2022. The only city that gave him a championship in 2008 that cemented his legacy on how great he really was as a defender, as a player, and as an all-around guy for the entire basketball league and for the teams that he played on. And now he's officially cemented in Boston Celtics history and legacy. Now, is he along the lines of a top 5 to top 10 Boston Celtics player? Maybe on the top 10 spectrum. What about on the top 5 spectrum? Like, what do you guys think? Because come March 13th, he will be officially cemented into Celtics history. Alright, now let's get on to the sad side of things. Legendary wide receiver, Arizona-driven Larry Fitzgerald may have just given the world a huge hint as to he could possibly retire this year, because a few days ago on a radio show he said, and I quote, "I just don't have the urge to play right now." Now, is he saying that he wants to retire? Who knows? Because if he is, we got about 2.5 weeks, maybe 3 weeks to find out what his true decision is. And if he retires, so be it, because he is one unbelievable wide receiver and deserves to be in the Hall of Fame right now. But if he continues to choose and chooses to play, that's fine with me also. But I do say he should retire, because over the last 3 years, his numbers has slowly depleted and gotten worse over time. Because in 2018, he had 800 receiving yards. In 2019, he had 600. And last year, he only had 400 receiving yards. And this is definitely a good sign that he should retire. And besides, he has nothing left to prove on how legendary he is. He is second all-time in 2 categories, in catches and receiving yards. He has 17,432 receiving yards and 1,439 catches. And he is also top 15, 13 to be exact, in total touchdowns, and that is 121 touchdowns. He does not need to prove anything anymore and should leave his career as it is. But the biggest unfortunate thing about his career is that he could go down as a top 5 sports player in sports history to never win a championship. He got close in 2008 when he played the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we all know how that game went down. What a legendary Super Bowl, and ended in a San Antonio Holmes 7-yard corner end zone catch to seal the deal to make the Pittsburgh Steelers a 6-time Super Bowl champion and to make Big Ben Roethlisberger get his 2nd Super Bowl. But with Larry Fitzgerald, if he does retire, he has nothing left to prove, and his legacy in Arizona is cemented forever. And last but not least, another legend has made a legendary mark on baseball history. He becomes the 28th player in MLB history to hit 500 home runs. If you haven't heard already or don't know who it is Miguel Cabrera for the Detroit Tigers. And now he has added on another statistic to his legendary resume. And this guy just continues to pour it on as a player as his career goes on, and is one legendary player to play the game. And let me give you a rundown on how good this guy is, and should be in the Hall of Fame right now if he retires this year. And that is having almost 3,000 hits, 2,955 to be exact, He has 1,785 RBIs and now 500 home runs. That is a beautiful resume. Oh, and one more thing. He has also hit a career average of 31%. Legendary career. And Miguel Cabrera just continues to pour it on. And how many more home runs is he going to end up with? It could maybe be 600, but that also might be a reach. But his legacy continues to show how good he is, and he's got a lot left in the tank to show what he can do. So what is he going to end up with at the end of his career? Alright, that's the end of the Calvin Tobin Show. Please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any sports news at the Calvin Tobin Show. And please follow me on Instagram so you don't miss out on any sports news whatsoever at Calvin Tobin Show. And I'm out.